Assalamu alaikum, you're watching BAAGHI and I'm very happy to appear for BAAGHI Television and give this small message. Today being the 14th of August, that's the Independence Day for Pakistan, and we all love Pakistan, we are proud of Pakistan, and we are proud of the sacrifices that our forefathers made so that we could live freely. And as I speak, there is a serious amount of escalation and tension at the LOC, the line of control, as the Indian troops are firing. I don't know why, but it's an unprovoked firing, and they're busy trying to escalate the situation over there, which comes as a surprise to me because they have too much on their plate right now after the forcible annexation of Kashmir, which the whole world knows about, and there are big question marks over the legitimacy. And of course, that will be proved, or the case will be fought once Pakistan goes to International Court of Justice and the United Nations. But it's primarily a failure of the UN, as I had said in a previous message, because the United Nations had failed to implement its own resolution over the past 70 years or so. And obviously that deprives the poor Kashmiri people of their legitimate right and freedom. And there's a large number of massacre that is going on, a huge amount of atrocities that are being committed in Kashmir right now, in Jammu Kashmir. And I don't know why, but everybody seems to be silent about it. And I've often confronted this question on social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, and whenever I travel out of Pakistan and people ask me if we are a fundamentalist society or not, and I keep on telling them it's India, on the contrary, which is a fundamentalist society. And somehow people always laughed at, because India has this image of being the biggest democracy in the world. But come to think of it, never ever in the history of Pakistan has a religious party won enough votes and enough seats to form a government in Islamabad. There has never been a right-wing religious party that won the mass polls to form a government, whereas in India you have RSS right now, BJP over there, and this is the third time they've come over there. So if you look at the region, if you look at the entire region, be it Afghanistan, Iran, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan is one country that has been devoid of any fundamentalist coming through popular vote. So majority of the people of Pakistan, they want real democracy over here, and they want the real image of Pakistan to be going around. And the real image is a very soft image. Contrary to popular belief, Pakistan is not ruled by fundamentalists. We have always voted for those that are not really, they're only those parties that do not aim at getting the religious vote. We have them, they are a part of the democratic system, but that's a very insignificant part. Whereas if you look at India, the RSS over there, BJP over there, and third time that they are over there. And funny thing is that even most Indians do not know the history of RSS. RSS was formed in 1925, and they were not a part of the freedom movement for the Indians. And in fact, their senior most leader, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, at that time he was arrested by the British police. And Mr. Vajpayee gave an affidavit, which is still a part of the record books. He gave an affidavit and he stated that, we have nothing to do with the freedom of India. We do not want a free India. And we are happy to be under the colonial rule and happy to be under the British rule. And today, the same RSS has pushed back all those who have stood for India and all those who fought for India and all those who've made India possible and all those who've sort of contributed to India in one way or the other, which is a tragedy of big proportions in itself, because India, as we see it today, has a very tarnished image. It is not the image of a secular society. It is not the image of a secular country. The media over there is sort of controlled by RSS. The courts over there are totally in control and of the RSS and the BJP. And the police and the law enforcement I mean, the rule of law is absolutely flaunted over there. I mean, it's become a pattern now, and we keep on getting videos and video evidences and reports in this day and age of social media and blogging. It's not difficult to get that. A mob of 10, 15, 20 people gets together, and they hold on to one person who looks like a Muslim, and they start that we get to see the worst examples of mob lynching over there. It has happened to men, women, and even children now. Today, on the 14th of August, I was told that there's over 100 prisoners in the prison over there who are under 12 years of age, children, school-going children, Kashmiri children, who should be in schools, who should be at home in the comfort of their homes or with their parents, and they're languishing in jails because they're assumed to be part of the protesters that were protesting and breaking the curfew over there. And the big question for the Indian government right now, after the forcible annexation of Kashmir, is how much longer can they hold on to it? Because you see, till now they have this severe curfew, which has shoot on sight orders, and the moment the curfew lifts, that is when the bells will start ringing for Mr. Modi, and that will be his real test, whether the people accept the abolishment of 370 or they sort of reject it. They've already shown their disregard for the curfew and for the fake law that has been bill that has been passed in the Indian Lok Sabha, and they've come out in large numbers. BBC, Guardian, everyone has reported about that. It's not just Pakistan media. And once again, I would like to request everyone who's part of the international community, part of the international journalist community, to visit Pakistan and visit India as well at the same time. So, I mean, maybe one team can come to Pakistan, one team can go to India at the same time, and you visit Azad Kashmir over there, which is right next to Pakistan, and then you visit Jammu and the Jammu Valley, and you see the stark difference over there, and then you can decide who is living in despair, who is living in pain, anguish, and sorrow, and who has the freedom of everything in the world. India's real face must be exposed, and the world has to wake up now and realize that Kashmir has become a flashpoint between two nuclear countries, and it cannot be allowed to go on like this. Otherwise, it will be very, very catastrophic. I hope sanity will prevail. Pakistan, Paindabad.